gonna do today meat pie. So the first things we're gonna do, we're gonna make the pie dough, the brisket. Gonna cut the butter in small cubes so it will get easily soft. Just rough cut. First put it there so it gets soft very fast. Like this. So for the dough of the pie, we're gonna do 350 gram of flour, 150 of butter. We're gonna have 75 gram of water, 1 yolk egg. Water we add last moment if we need it a little bit soften or other, depends. We add water in case we need it soften. So I'm gonna cut the butter. I'm gonna take a recipient. In this case I use this my plastic. Okay. So clean the chopping board. Some flour because I have the butter inside the flour and so ever. So as every time you do flour and everything, I already put salt and nutmeg. I'm gonna put flour inside, shake it, sieve it very nicely. So all the particular, the rough one, they stay on top, and the rest go inside. Okay. So this one we are out. I'm wearing shorts. That's how I like to work in my kitchen. So now I'm gonna put this one. Hello friend, we're gonna do today meat pie. So the first things we're gonna do, we're gonna make the pie dough, the brisket. Gonna cut the butter in small cubes so it will get easily soft. Just rough cut. First put it there so it gets soft very fast. Like this. So for the dough of the pie, we're gonna do 350 gram of flour, 150 of butter. We're gonna have 75 gram of water, 1 yolk egg. Water we add last moment if we need it a little bit soften or other, depends. We add water in case we need it soften. So I'm gonna cut the butter. I'm gonna take a recipient. In this case I use this my plastic. Okay. So clean the chopping board. Some flour because I have the butter inside the flour and so ever. So as every time you do flour and everything, I already put salt and nutmeg. I'm gonna put flour inside, shake it, sieve it very nicely. So all the particular, the rough one, they stay on top, and the rest go inside. Okay. So this one we are out. I'm wearing shorts. That's how I like to work in my kitchen. So now I'm gonna put this one, the butter inside the flour. I'm gonna mix with my hands. So with the warmth of my hands, the butter is gonna melt and it's gonna amalgamate with the flour. Okay. So the meat pie dough is more or less a kind of breezy. Now in this case we're gonna give little bit of elasticity. We don't want to make it too hard. The butter is still very hard. It's okay. It will melt slowly like what we see. With my hands, gonna melt. So I already melt very well the butter with the flour. It become of this consistency. Now in this case, we're gonna add the eggs, the yolk. So I'm gonna separate the white from the red. Okay, done. Inside again with the hands. Yes, I mix So my dough is ready. See, become nice unite. So you just mix it a bit more, and then we're gonna let it rest for a while. We use our clean film. Wrap it. Okay. I'll put in the fridge so it's getting a little bit hard. And rest a bit. Sorry friends, I forgot, whenever I start one recipe I need a nice boost. That's why I always take, as a good Italian, nice single espresso. Enjoy. So to start, we're gonna make the stuff for the meat pie. We're gonna cook the meat. So I'm gonna chop the onion and the garlic. Then I'm gonna do a brunoise, a very fine brunoise of carrots, and the chili we add at the last moment. Okay, not now. Chili last moment. So to start my meat pie stuffing, we're gonna do the to cut all the vegetable, very small dice, brunoise, and we're gonna cut as well the bacon. Has to be very small brunoise, very small dice, and we're gonna cut the chili. But the chili we're gonna put for the last. Okay. So we start with the carrots and the vegetable and the bacon, because we want the fat of the bacon to melt, to get into the flavor of the stuff, and then start to gold the So I'm done with my chopping of onion, carrots, and smoked bacon. Now we're gonna cook it. So the pan is hot. We're gonna put the bacon and the onions with the carrots in the pot. We put all together because I want the bacon to reduce the fat, and then the fat will start to get the heat and will start to toast the vegetable. So from cold to hot, what happened in this case, we don't lose most of the proteins. We don't lose most of the nutrition. The vegetable, we keep their intact, their nutritions, and the meat will not burn, so it will have a nice time of vegetable with the bacon. As I said, you see, you're hearing the sound. We're gonna cut the remaining of the items. I'm gonna cut the chili. I'm gonna slice the basil for after, when last moment we're gonna flavor everything. I'm gonna cut the potato, which I already boiled in advance. They are boiled. This one we add halfway cooking of the meat. And this is the last ingredient, is the green peas. We're gonna put like this, just inside last moment when the sauce is very thick. So this will add the color, texture. Do the chili. The chili, make sure you remove the seed inside. The seed, they are the one giving the extra spiciness and the bitterness. So remove it out. We just need to take the sweet of the chili from the pepper side. So how you can see, I'm toasting very well the vegetable with the bacon. You see, I will make it a very nice brown. So the bacon release all the fat, and that fat is gonna cook the vegetable, and plus the bacon is already smoked, so it's gonna give a nice flavor of smoky, and the seasoning is already inside, so it's gonna season in the vegetable. I will gonna add after the salt to the meat once I put the minced meat inside, and of course I still have the seasoning to add, and I need to be very careful with the seasoning. Meanwhile, I almost finished my chili. You can see my chili is very small like this. That's we're gonna add the last moment. So cut the chili. I'm gonna cut this potato. They already cooked, they already soft. So I'm gonna cut a rough cubes. This is gonna put last moment in the meat, because it's gonna give the thickness. For then when it's cold, we're gonna put inside the pie. Always check your meat, because yes, it's true, it's a low fire, it's not heat, it's not very hot, but it's always good to check they are not burning. You want caramelizing, you don't want burning. So the meat is nice caramelized. Sorry, the pork is nice caramelized with the vegetable. You see? In this case, we're gonna add the meat. So I'm gonna add more or less 300 gram of meat. Gonna open inside. Open it with your hands. Then slowly later, you're gonna stamp it with the spoon so all the meat is getting very small bites. I'm gonna add the seasoning at the beginning with the meat, was very important, so the juice remain inside is getting the strong seasoning and all the flavors. Gonna put that inside, mix it, make sure very well you stamp all of the meat so each shredding is broken on a small piece. Now is halfway. I'm gonna add the rosemary. So as you can see, my meat is cooking. I add a bit of water. Now is about to boil. That water is gonna make the juice of the meat. Of course, only the meat itself was not enough. I choose a very low fat man's meat, which will help me to have a very healthy recipe. And in this case, I add a bit of water, start to boiling. We give around 20 minutes of cooking, and then we're gonna finish with all the remaining ingredients. Ciao! Meanwhile, I'm gonna do a job which you need a lot of patience, and of course not everybody like, but it's nice to do it. How you see is jumping. I'm gonna remove the skin of all my green peas. So I'm gonna use only the part inside. The skin I remove it because is less digestible than the seed inside. So the seed is a high concentrate of proteins, is a vegetarian proteins like this. And once you put inside the sauce, of course do this one always after boil it. First you boil and then you taking off the skin. Times 2 times check the meat, give a stirring. The smell is very nice. It's coming nice and creamy. Always stir it because I want the meat remaining very small. Another 10 minutes and it's ready. Alright, now I'm gonna finish my meat. I'm gonna add the potato. The potato is gonna absorb all the water and release the amidose, so it will make a nice starch. It will unify the sauce. I'm gonna add also my peas, and I'm gonna add the chili. And you taste whatever you're cooking. So in this case, after I add everything, I'm gonna taste my meat if the seasoning is balanced. If it's not enough, I'm gonna complete it now. So I wanna show you, friends, how it's coming out the sauce. You see, it's coming very creamy. Very nice. The potato is nice and soft. The potato starching the sauce, reducing the water, and it's getting very appetite. The sauce is ready, you can see. And now we're gonna put in the plate and cooling down, okay? Make sure when you put in the plate, it remains nice spreaded, so it will cool down much more faster. Finish the meat pie. Okay, my dough is ready, rested very well in the fridge, so it got a bit solid. And then I left it around 40-45 minutes outside of the fridge to get a bit soft. I don't need it very soft, I need it a bit cold, because that will help me to keep that elasticity for when I'm gonna couple it, okay? So it's very important when you do this, it's very fast the process, and you need to be very concentrated. So you need to have a yolk egg, which we're gonna use it to stick and glue the coating. Your stuffing of meat is already here. One rolling pin, and your meat pie molder. Okay. So first of all, we're gonna open this very quick. Times done. Put enough quantity of flour so it doesn't stick. That's important. Don't worry about the quantity of flour, because then you're gonna use the egg to glue it, so it will remain very nice sticky. Okay, so gonna open it, give a nice thickness. Always try it. Don't give it too thin, otherwise it bursts. Now just give a nice like 0.4 0.3 mm, like that. Of course, don't use, if you want to use the ruler, use it, but I dare you to use the ruler. Let's see if you can. But you know, there is some people that like to do that. So round things is right. I'm gonna take my mold, put it on. Gonna take my meat stuff I put here, just open it. Gonna open my eggs. Gonna whisk it a bit, break it out. Egg, just use yolk, you don't need nothing else. Okay, so what we do, take the brush, put a yolk egg around, so that will help you to glue, or you can use commonly water, doesn't matter what really you use. If I go, then I'm gonna put my stuffing. Remember the stuffing we took earlier? So nice in the middle. Watch out, don't put too much. It might seem to be small but when you close it, it's become much more smaller, so be careful. So in this case, I have closed this. I put my stuff nicely. Make sure your stuff is in line and across the two handles, you see? All right, I'm gonna close it now. Slowly, very slowly. I'm gonna couple it. Done. Then with a knife, help yourself to cut the excess of dough around. This one you're gonna keep aside, you're gonna use for the other ones. Okay, so we're gonna mix with the other. So you can see, press it a bit. Now I moved out, put on. Wow, that looks gorgeous. With a fork, you're gonna finish to press the edges, so it's giving nice beauty and it's gonna seal it very well. All right, and then after that, put on a tray. On the tray, it's very important you're using a piece of baking paper to not stick. Okay. I'm gonna put here, then in the fridge. Not too much pressure, don't be exaggerated, be delicate, as every food needs his time and everything. So remember, you're gonna finish to seal with the forks. Make sure when you sealed, you don't go close to the edge, because if you burst this one when it's cooking, is opening, is all the juice coming out. So you need to make sure all the juice and the moist stay inside, the outside is crispy. So that's what is making the meat pie so special. Okay, just finished the meat pie. Now I'm gonna clean my table, and I already on the oven, 180 degrees. Of course, my oven is just static, I don't have fan. So if you have it at home, or you have at home, an oven with a fan, set it for 170, 180 on the fan, so it will helping to expand all the heat properly all around in the camera of the oven. So let me finish to clean, and then I'm gonna egg wash the pie, and then we're gonna put it inside the oven. And here we go, friends, again. So now we're gonna place the meat pie on the tray, and then to put in the oven. I have a surprise for you. Meanwhile, I paused the video for finishing my cleaning and everything. I was doing with the leftover dough another shape of meat pie. I just want to show you, which you can use. You can do whatever you like. It's up to you. So I'm gonna show you the shape now. So first of all, I'm gonna pick my baking paper. Give it the shape you want. Place in your mouth on your tray. I'm gonna take the pies. Look how it looks nice, beautiful. This one go off. That's some rosemary. You see it? Place it on it. All in the same way. So we chef we like to work on like a military regime. All shape nice, timing and everything to look after it. And then here we go, guys, like a sausage roll. So meat pie dough made as a sausage roll. You can use even a common sausage. You just do the dough, you roll the sausage inside, and then you, of course, you always glue it with the eggs. Now with the same egg we glued the pie, I'm gonna add just a tip of water to dilute a little bit, and then you can see, mix with a bit with a brush. Doesn't need to look really red. Okay, all you're gonna do, you're gonna nice brush everywhere around the pie. Don't make it too watery, otherwise it will soak the dough. It doesn't look nice. Okay, I hope you enjoyed to see me to do the meat pie. This is a recipe I learned when during my time I was back in Nigeria. They are loving to eat meat pie. They sell it in everywhere on the streets. It's part of their street food. Many family, to maintain their living, they do cook at home and then they sell it on the streets. So I love that. So I'm almost finished my egg washing. Yeah, this case gonna add to the oven. All right, see you in 30 minutes, 180. Watch after them. It can be between 30 to 25 minutes, depends how strong is the oven. I already tried before in my oven, so I'm gonna cook for 30 minutes, 180 degrees. So you can see the meat pie, they are cooking. All the bubbling is the butter and the moist inside. It will be, you see, it's got already color at the edge. That's means when it is a bit high. I already use a bit of the said, I'm going to show you the meat pie. Cool down. I'm going to add it. Nice, good. Very nice. Cut the piece. I'm going to taste it. So, that's my meat pie. Thank you for staying with me. Enjoy. Subscribe my video. Put like on my page of Instagram. See you next time. Bye.